Welcome guys to another episode. Firstly, I want to thank everybody for subscribing to our channel, watching our 2 videos that we've made and giving us lots of awesome feedback, which has been, I've actually taken a lot of that on board. But the good news is we've got it working. So we have reduced that sway significantly, mainly by just a weight distribution. So like I said on the other video, the hitch, the tow ball mass was low, so we've just put all of our stuff as much as we can get right at the front. So I've filled the toolboxes up, we've got water in the jerry cans, and it made an enormous amount of difference. So that is a big relief, because I was getting to the point that I was really worried that we weren't going to get this combo, the Troopy and the van, to work, but we've got it to work, so all good. So we're on our trip down to Wilsons Prom. We're just in a rest area at the moment, just north of Narooma. So yeah, just a freebie tonight. And yeah, so yeah, hopefully you'll stick around for this one. It should be a good one. It's now day 2. We had a nice chilled one last night, just in the rest area. Day on the road today, and we're in Victoria. So we're in a little place called Johnsonville. So this is Johnsonville Jetty on the river here, just next to Lake's entrance. And just a chilled one. We're just in the caravan park, and then tomorrow we will start the episode proper at Wilsons Prom.
That's like a dinosaur. Oh. So we finally made it to Wilsons Prom.
So we're at the Tidal River Campground. This is the Tidal River. It's a pretty specky spot. So what are we going to do now? Bit of fishing? So what's the target species?
Flathead.
Yeah, flathead, but we are far from expert fishermen, although we like our fishing.
Wait, it's so shallow here though. How are we
Yeah, we've got in that deeper spot.
How are we
We're
gonna
far from expert fishermen, but we do like our fishing, don't we? In those deeper spots.
What is that?
It's just a bit of
Also,
rubbish. It's a pretty spectacular spot though. What do you think of the Tidal River so far?
pretty good. Let's go in there.
Yeah, I'm going to go here. Alright. Alright, so wish us luck. We generally need luck, don't we, when we're doing this, but we do like it. There's a wombat way over there, just going into the bush, but yeah, he's gone. How cool is he?
That's so cool. I've never seen
So
a wombat.
Wilsons Prom is renowned for its wildlife. We've seen some emus and we've seen a wombat already, which is good. We haven't been here very long yet.
Oh no! Should I go pet him? Please don't run at me. Please. Hey.
So that's Tidal River and Norman Beach. We're now going to tuck in to our roast chicken. Yeah, and that's pretty much sort of the end of our first day at Wilsons Prom, Tidal River Camp. We will show more of the campground in this episode. We'll also talk a bit more about Sway and how we managed to deal with that, because it's a game changer. It wasn't anything that tricky in the end, but yeah, we're about to sign out. We're going to go back to the caravan soon. We've had our dinner, haven't we? What do you think? Do you like it here?
Yes.
Tidal
Cool.
River?
There's so many wombats.
A lot of wildlife in general. Yeah, it's a pretty special place. If you haven't been, I do suggest that you do yourselves a favour and come down this way. It's pretty epic. There's no one around, there's heaps of wildlife. I suppose there is in peak times, but we've come in New South Wales school holidays. It's not the same as Victoria, so it's pretty empty, but it's a huge campground. And like I said, we'll show you a bit more about the campground in the episode. So yeah, hang around. All right, so just got up. First night Tidal River, nice relaxing sleep. Bit of a stuff up today, and I feel a little bit silly about this, because the whole point of coming down here was to go down to South Point, which is the southerly most tip of mainland Australia, which I said in the last video. And I just assumed that you could drive there. You can drive to Cape York, you can drive to Byron Bay, you can drive to Steep Point, and I assumed also that you can drive to South Point. And I'd even put it in sort of Google Maps before I came, and this is where you've got to be careful with Google Maps, I suppose, just to check the distance, and it looked like it was about an hour and 20 minutes or something like that. So I just checked again yesterday just to see whether it was a four-wheel drive track and whether we need to take any recovery gear or anything in the troopy. And I realised that you actually can't drive to it. You can drive to the top of it, and then it's a 15-kilometre hike in and out. So it doesn't look like we're going to be going to Steep Point on this trip, but that's okay, because we're still at Wilsons Prom, and it is an epic spot. And I'm just down by the river now. Definitely be in worse spots, so that's okay. There's always another time. We'll come back, I think, and do a hike trip down to South Point, so that's not going to happen today. So instead we're just going to continue and explore the area. There's a few other things that we wanted to do, but it doesn't look like we're going to get to South Point, but that's okay. It definitely could be worse. Check this place out. So the drive down to Wilsons Prom for us was bang on 1,000 kilometres from Sydney, and that was going the coast road. The drive is spectacular. It's a sealed rock road all the way in. It hugs the coastline. It goes through some scenery that looks like something out of Jurassic Park. And as you make your way down, you end up at Tidal River Campground, which is pretty much the end of the road. So we're just coming into the entrance of Tidal River Camp now. What we're going to do is show you guys around, and then you can make your minds up whether you'd like to come here or not. It's a really big campground. I think it's actually the biggest campground that I've been to, hence we've got the scooter to help us show you guys around. So it pretty much caters for all types of camping, so big caravans, big motorhomes, tents, everything. So we'll show you around, and yeah, you can then sort of make your own minds up. So we're just walking into the entrance now. There is some work going on at the moment. All over the park there's heaps of these sort of day picnic areas as well, which are really nice. We're outside of Victoria school holidays at the moment, so it's actually really empty. I would imagine it's very different during Victoria peak times. We've got it great because there's hardly anybody here. So just walking down the main ring road at the moment, so there's all cabins, there's all sorts of infrastructure. There's the beach, there's a general store, there's a cafe, so there's all sorts of stuff. And then the main camping areas are sort of these different avenues. So just making our way up to the ring road. Do you want to get yours on and just go for a cruise and just show them up there what it looks like? All good, you're rolling.
I like the skull.
Sort of cabins that you can hire, all pretty nice. Hello mate.
Mum, are you going to go in there? I don't think one can fit in there. Actually, you probably can. Yo, one!
And as you saw earlier, there's heaps of wildlife everywhere. Wombats, birds, emus, loads of stuff here. It's awesome. So it looks like school groups. You've got Mount Oberon in the background, sort of towering over the campground. So loads more camping spots that you can see are all empty. So school camp area Monday to Friday, so I presume that's open during the weekends. But here you've got, so this is the car park to the beach that we were on yesterday. We went for a walk on the beach, so you can park there for day trippers. Barbecues, all the other kind of gear that you get in these spots, all very tidy. Plenty of bins everywhere, plenty of toilets everywhere. So we're just making our way back around the ring road. So the creek is just to my left over the back there where we were fishing yesterday. More huts, so more camping areas. Another wombat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty crazy, aren't they? Let's leave them. So more, and then now we're just heading back round. We've sort of done the full loop back to where our camp is on 5th Avenue. There's our camp there. So what we might do now, do you want to just ride through the middle and just show what they look like?
Like,
definitely caters for everything, so big vans like ours, small setups, tents, it's nice and level. As I said, there's plenty of toilets everywhere, there's plenty of bins, it's really well set up. So that's it, that's Tidal River Camp. So I might just show you what it looks like from the air.
fishing is only permitted on the platform.
There's also electric hookups. Hello.
Game. Game is game. Where's Chill Road? That's Chill Road. That's Chill. Oh no, it's not. Come on. Oh, you're not Road. You're dark. Oh, whoa. This one's better. Oh. It's really...
Are you here for happy hour? No, leave it. No, you don't want that. You won't want a gin and tonic. You definitely won't. What are you doing? What are you doing? Eh? Are you here for happy hour as well?
Look at this galah, bro. See, I know you want some. Let's go for a ride. Oh, you don't. We're gonna get rid of that coastline. Eat. Okay, you can have some. But we're gonna go ride as well. Why are you guys just
Go down there.
Okay. No! Okay, walk!
Who's up behind me? Yeah, so hopefully you like Tidal River Camp. I think it's amazing. It's a cool spot. Not sure we'll come back here because it is quite a trek for us in Sydney, and there's plenty of other places to see in Australia, but I would definitely highly recommend coming down. If you're down this way in Victoria, then yeah, check it out. It's a good spot. Right, so let's talk a bit more about the caravan now and how we managed to get that fixed. So it wasn't one thing that did it, it was actually quite a few. So I might start at the front end with the troopy and I'll work our way, and I'll sort of explain what I did and how we got it to work and improve to the state that it is now, and definitely a lot safer than it was before. So started with the tyre pressures. I increased the tyre pressures pretty firm, so up to about 60 psi in the rear of the troopy, 50 something, 55 or something in the front. So I increased the tyre pressure. I actually moved the hitch down a little bit as well. I think that was sitting a bit high, the hitch, so I moved it. It's an adjustable hitch. I moved the hitch down one level also, and I think the key to it was actually the airbag. So I was playing around with the airbags. The first time I took it out, when I was testing it on the last video, I had them up to 50 psi, and on this trip I started at 20, which was way too soft, and just kept increasing it, and once I got to about 41, 42, that seemed to be the sweet spot, and it seemed to handle a lot better with that. So that was sort of the car. Then I made sure that the rear axles were level on the ground, so I put a level over the top, just make sure that they were that looked nice and level, which it did. And it was really just about increasing that toe ball mass, so increasing the weight on the front, putting as much weight as we could at the front. So using the toolboxes were empty, so just putting heavy things in there, the water, the jerry cans, adding a bit more weight. I did forget about that actually to the troopy as well, so putting some extra, quite a bit more weight in the troopy to make the troopy heavy, and just sort of balancing that weight, getting those airbags to sit right at about 40 odd psi just seemed to be enough, and it was fine. We could easily get up to 90 k's an hour, and it was absolutely fine. So very, very different to what it was before, just a whole heap better. I started, as I sort of played around with the speed, once I got up to about 95 again, I could start to feel the wobble start up again. So look, we've met that primary goal of 90 k's an hour. I've now moved the goalposts a little bit now. I would like to get to 100 really, just to, not that I want to drive at 100, but it does restrict where we can go at the moment, limited to 90, so I want to avoid freeways and the 110k zone. So it was unavoidable on this trip for the first part of it, just a bit from Sydney really. It's between Sydney and Wollongong, and then the other side of Wollongong, between Wollongong and Berry, there's some 110k zones which I wasn't real comfortable in, just because you don't want to be slowing the rest of the traffic down. But other than that, the rest of the journey here was fine. It was all sort of 100 k's an hour zone, so doing 90 in those wasn't too bad. I was pulling over where I could to let people through, plus you've got the overtaking lanes which I'd slow right down and let everyone through. But yeah, generally loads better. And I think from all the comments in the last episode, and there was loads and they were really good, there was lots of people that said that I need to get it professionally weighed, and now I know what that means. So when I went to the weigh bridge, I don't know anything about weigh bridges and weighing vehicles, I thought that was sort of professional, but I now realise there are these actual companies that do the mobile sort of weighing. So that is going to be the next stage, just to get the weights done again, just to have a look at those towable loads, and because they are the experts and I'm far from an expert, just get some feedback on how we could just improve it a bit more and maybe get up to 100 k's an hour, because that would be really good, because then we could go on the freeways as well and feel quite safe doing it. But it's definitely a vast improvement. I didn't feel it was so much safer than it was before, and I think it's just, yeah, it was a weight distribution issue, I think, more than anything. Just the airbags have definitely helped just getting that sweet spot right. Now 40 psi works for me, but it isn't going to work for everybody. It depends on the vehicle that they've got, the Caravan, and that overall sort of geometry and setup. So I think my advice would be just play around with it, play around with the weights, and yeah, just try and see what works. But I think it definitely can work even with the bigger vans. I'm pretty convinced of that now. So this is our last morning, Tidal River at Wilsons Prom. We're actually going to start making the big trek back home today. Windy one today. We're starting our way back home today, so 2 nights on the way back. Look, we've had a great trip at Wilsons Prom, highly recommend it, and it's definitely got unfinished business with that southern tip. We've got to get that done, so I'm sure we'll be back at some point to tackle that southern point. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing to our channel if you're one of the subscribers, or you've commented on one of the other videos. Really appreciate that. Hopefully we'll see you in more videos. Probably going to put the camera away now. This sort of marks the end of the trip, unless something happens on the way back. We've got a couple of days to get back, so you never know. You may see us again shortly, but if not, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.